Dear Mr. Cromarty, further to your interview of the 21st of January this year, I'm pleased to tell you that you have been accepted as a supernumerate lighthouse keeper, training under the primary keeper, Captain Malin, at Pandora's Rock in the Western Outer Hebrides. You are expected to meet the vessel The Goddess leaving port on the 5th of March at 2 p.m. sharp, headed across the Atlantic and stopping briefly for departures at Pandora's Rock Gondola Port. Once you arrive at Gondola Port, you should take the gondola to the main island. If you have any difficulty, Captain Malin will be sending Bill Fisher, the AK, to come and help you. We understand that this is your first time working as a supernumerate lighthouse keeper. Captain Malin had seen the notes on your interview and selected you personally for this position. We trust that you will work hard and prove your value for this very important position. Yours sincerely, Mr. Padraig McIlhood, Manager of Western Resources, Northern Lighthouse Board.
It certainly does. This is the slowest possible way of getting to the rock. The slowest way. I'm probably not even going to use those particles that I put in this afternoon either. Yeah, it could. It could do with a few things. This is still the initial... This boat's like 2.5 years old. It's definitely being changed. I mean, it'll do, you know, for the minutes, but it's definitely on my radar that the ship needs to be changed sooner rather than later. I suppose technically I could like make a mini game for water skiing. Yeah. I'm curious as to how that might work out. I'm slow going this way. It really is. I'll go a different way. Takes a minute to reload the resets. There we go. Yeah, they probably could. These ones certainly could, but I've got to make sure that the spray isn't using too many resources. Because too much use of particles is just going to cripple any computers this goes out on. So, if I can get it to work without it obviously, you know, impacting it heavily, then yeah. That's the case, sadly, with a solo project. Unfortunately, I see things and it's a case that, well, I'm going to have to do something about this then. Push feedback. I mean, this is my journal full of, you know, bug reports and things that need fixing and things that have been fixed. And every day I add a ton of stuff to it. And every day I fix a ton of stuff. But it's such a delicate balancing act when you're creating a game, because if I spend forever and ever and ever fixing things, I'm never going to create things. So, yeah, I'm thinking probably there'll be a heavy LOD on the particles. At the minute, the particles are still in a very basic state. But, I mean, as you see, they're effective. And they're using randomization on their emitters slightly. They're using a... I'll do it again. They're using a randomized float range, basically to kick them off, so they're not completely uniform. I mean, to be honest, when it's hitting these, it's going up like a depth charge, but... Ah, now you'll see. Well, a lot of that's to do with the main character. Originally, if you find some very early videos, you'll find it was all 3D characters. But to be honest, it didn't look as good because I don't have the money or the time to be running like a full mocap studio. So having them 2D fits in really well with his existing PTSD as it is. And nice. And to be quite honest, I quite like the, people always question it. Yeah, that one's definitely overdone over there. I'll probably remove a few. Gosh, kitty cat. Yeah, the particles be going cray cray. Like I say, I'm probably going to end up removing them and redoing something else, but I wanted to see how they look. Yeah, I love the cutouts. They're all done by the same artist, Lady Kate Potts, and she's done an exemplary job in my opinion. I was going to have full 3D for all of the monsters in this, but all the mobs in this now are going to be made out of cutouts and particles. I think that's a way more efficient way of doing it. Wow, this could be orcs. Oh no, I've got onto the path. Go big. No, actually, but thank you for mentioning it. I shall have a look. Heaven's Vault, do you say? Hmm. I'm genuinely curious, so I've got that loaded in. Okay, I completely didn't. Right. I'll have a look at that as soon as I'm done with this, because I just want to make sure that the bits that need to work are working. That sounds really interesting, though, the Heaven's Vault thing, actually. I mean, the thing is, a lot of my influences for, like, video games are from quite a long time ago. You know, I was really into things like, I've said it before, Hand of Shadows and its sequel. I was really into, like, the SSI games. I thought there was quite a decent amount of horror in those, things like that. And I don't know. This has been very much kind of a. This is something I want. This is something I want to make.
Young, welcome to the Row. Your first time here, and she's a beautiful welcome here. Get the torch you're gonna need. Just keep the thing. Prime the pump with diesel, then run up and start the journey.
Also, there's only a couple of characters actually voiced in this.
Good lad. See you at the house.
You know, the battery does eventually go down, but it takes quite a long time. Something like 4 in-game hours. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, this is only day 1. I agree with you. On day 2, once you've kind of got used to the fact that you're walking around this island, by the time you get to day 2, it's well, that's when there's wind traps, falling rock traps, and stuff like that as well. I mean, there will be falling gravel, yes. What's happened here? Why do I feel unable to manage the stairs anymore? Maybe I'm on the wrong bit. Yeah, looks like it. No. No, definitely not. Interesting. What's going on here? Error appears to have taken place, and I'm not sure how. Gonna need some attending to, I think. Yeah, something weird's gone on in here. Never mind, I'll get it fixed. Whee! Interesting. I'm not sure exactly what's happened here, but basically these are now 1 centimeter too small, or I'm too big. Yeah. Well, I know they're steep, but it looks like there's a bug going on. Because they shouldn't be stopping me, and they are. Yeah, this is concerning. Very concerning. That means I'm going to have to recompile and get these stairs fixed again. They should just take it straight up and then not. Oh, it's so aggravating. I think I know what's happened here, and I'm not entertained. It's, anyone who's watching this is just watching me leaping at a step at the moment. Fucking annoying. Let's see what the hell's going on with these. Yeah, it looks like it. It was working fine until, well, what I've done is I had to adjust the capsule for the main character, and it looks like that it caused a couple of issues, rather unfortunately. Annoying. Go to my wiki. Very aggravating. Heaven's Vault. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Archaeological adventure. Is this French by any chance? It looks French. I like it. Yeah, this is really nice. I might pick that up. We'll look at it. First things first, however. Yeah. So I'm looking for file, recent levels, day level 1. Yeah, it looks French. It reminds me of the graphics are quite similar to Broken Swords. It kind of has a Broken Sword look to it. Broken Sword was a very good game. Okay, I think I'm going to have to rebuild the step thing, so I might as well do that now. So I'm going to call this